Hi everyone, Jen Suarez, founder CEO of Privacy Practice, where we are braving this frontier called privacy. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, where we're giving you lots of great tips, but remember, not legal advice. Your business is unique, and so is how you must comply. In this video, we're going to talk about data privacy principles, also referred to as Fair Information Practices, or FIPS. There are 10 FIPS that are internationally recognized and included in most privacy laws. But for this video, we're going to talk about them and refer to them as data privacy principles. It's easier. So what are data privacy principles? And what do they do? You might have heard to them referred to as something that defines someone's data privacy rights. But what does that mean to you as a business? How do you translate those things into your operations? Okay, here's the scoop. Privacy principles are rights and/or ideals that a piece of legislation is adopting. There are actions or requirements that flow from that piece of legislation which are meant to operationalize those principles. So let's look at some principles. For ease, let's use the 6 that are adopted by the GDPR and set out in Article 5.1. I'm not going to read the actual language of the article, but I'm going to give you a summary of each of those 6 principles. 1. Lawfulness, fairness, and transparency. 2. Limitations on purposes of collection, processing, and storage. 3. Data minimization. 4. Accuracy of data. 5. Data storage limits. And 6. Integrity and confidentiality. Yeah, I know. Looks like there are some principles that contain more than one idea. Groupings and combinations are part of the reason why the number of principles will vary from one privacy legislation to the next. Usually, though, they're trying to adopt a similar core set of principles and contain a lot of legalese. As a business owner, this is another frontier you will need to navigate. The frontier between ideals and aspirations made into law and what that means for your business. Let's take a look at each of the 6 under the GDPR and add some context. Number 1, lawfulness, fairness, and transparency. This means, lawfulness, you have a legal basis to reprocess, which remember means collecting. Is it by contract or by consent or some other basis? 2, fairness. You're processing data under a good faith belief that it's needed. For example, if your business sells landscaping services, can it collect data that includes someone's date of birth or social security number? Does the landscaping business really need this? Transparency. You tell people what you're doing. If you're collecting PI, you tell them, let them know why you think it's okay and why it's fair. 2, limitations on purposes of collection, processing, and storage. Yeah, this is a mouthful to say, but it's actually simple. If I say I'm collecting and processing your PI for X reason or reasons, for example, for shipping and payment authorization, this principle embodies that I should do what I said I was going to do, and anything that's reasonably expected around those purposes. For example, if I'm processing your payment, it's reasonably expected that a business may apply fraud detection standards. 3, data minimization. This means you collect only what you need for the reasons you've shared. The question is, do you need the data you're asking for in order to do the thing you have the right to do? Let's look at the landscape example again. Let's say the landscaping company is looking to deliver some things that you've purchased. Can this business collect address, income level, social security number? You have to look at the purpose that was explained and see, is any of these pieces of information needed? Address, yes. The others, questionable. 4, this means if you are processing data, you have some responsibility with respect to safeguarding its accuracy. Here's an example that captures this responsibility. Let's say you're an online store. You probably want your customers to keep their information up to date and accurate. So you may ensure they can do that themselves within their account. Or you may have a way for them to contact your support team to report changes. Or you may have a mechanism to send out an annual reminder for your customers to review and update their information. 5, data storage limits. This is code for the fact that you can't keep PI forever. You have to have some deletion schedule that's reasonable. And 6, integrity and confidentiality. This means you keep the data secure while it's in your possession. You prevent breaches to the best of your ability and apply appropriate protections based on the type of data you have. Data protection laws take principles such as these and tell us what we need to do in order to achieve them. We've got you. We are, like you, business, operations, and customer focused. We understand the bridge between strategy, aspiration, and ideals, and on-the-ground operations. Our next video will share how these principles can translate or be operationalized into elements that you need to have as part of your privacy program. Thanks for watching. And don't forget, drop us a line at hello@privacypractice.com if you have a topic you'd like us to discuss.